Good morning and welcome to Carmel Mission Basilica. Once again, I'm standing in our beautiful front courtyard. And this morning I want to share with you a poem by Robert Graves, a British poet, historical novelist, a critic and classicist. His father was a celebrated Irish poet and figure in the Gaelic revival. And they were both Celtic scholars and students of Irish mythology. Graves produced more than 140 works, and his poems, together with his translations and innovative analysis and interpretations of the Greek myths, and his memoir of his early life, including his role in World War I, that famous memoir, Goodbye to All That, have never been out of print. Graves wrote this poem that I'm going to share with you, In the Wilderness, about the temptation of Christ early on in his career, when his faith was a dominant force in his life. Rich with mythological references, in the poem, the gentle Christ attracts to himself feared and loathed creatures, serpents and bats and monsters. No harm comes to him from these wretched creatures. Rather, he takes upon him their suffering and continues his journey in the desert as the scapegoat, a reference to the goat in Leviticus, on which Aaron places all the iniquities of the children of Israel, then casts out into the desert. Christ is accompanied in the poem by one, perhaps each of us, who follows in his footsteps, weeping for his suffering. In the wilderness. Christ of his gentleness, thirsting and hungering, walked in the wilderness. Soft words of grace he spoke unto lost desert folk that listened, wondering. He heard the bitterns call from ruined palace wall, answered them brotherly. He held communion with the she-pelican of lonely piety. Basilisk, cockatrice, flocked to his homilies. With mail of dread device, with monstrous barbed slings, with eager dragon eyes, great bats on leather wings, and poor, blind, broken things, mean in their miseries. And ever went with him of all his wanderings, comrade, with ragged coat, gaunt ribs, poor innocent, bleeding foot, burning throat, the guileless young scapegoat. For 40 nights and days followed in Jesus' ways, sure guard behind him kept, tears like a lover wept. We accompany Jesus into the desert each year during our Lenten season. We marvel at his courage, we weep as he suffers, and we grow in our understanding of his perfect love. A love so great that he took on the sins of the whole world, and your sins and mine. And yet a love as intimate as any we can ever experience in our own lives. This poem was famously set to music by the American composer Samuel Barber as part of his 1969 song cycle, Despite and Still. A recording of the song by Laura and Tiffany in our Basilica is included at the end of our prayer message. I hope you enjoy that. As always, please do send your own personal prayer requests to Father Rodrigo and myself. Just go to our website and click on the button Prayer Request at carmelmission.org. I continue to wish you and your loved ones during this Easter season blessings of new hope and profound peace.